All right, today we're going to break down a really powerful case study in social entrepreneurship. This is the story of how one visionary, Sumila Jayaraj, took a simple local resource, the coconut, and turned it into a global success story with her company, GREENAURA International, creating a true blueprint for making a real impact.
So let's just jump right in. This mission statement? It's basically their entire playbook in a nutshell. It's all built on these three core pillars that guide every single thing they do: helping farmers thrive, championing women's empowerment, and boosting wellness around the world with their products.
The big question is, how did they pull this off? I mean, how do you take something as common as a coconut and transform it into this engine for massive economic and social change? Well, that's exactly what we're going to get into right now.
Okay, so to really get what makes GREENAURA so special, you first have to understand the problems they were up against. Their big opportunity was actually born from the very real, very tough challenges that the local coconut industry was facing.
And look, these weren't just random issues. They were all connected, like a vicious cycle. You had huge post-harvest losses, which directly crushed farmer income. That financial pressure then hits the entire rural community, especially limiting opportunities for women. And at the root of it all, a total failure to see the real value hidden inside the raw coconut.
And this is exactly where GREENAURA's model comes into play. It's such a smart and direct answer to those challenges. They didn't just try to sell more coconuts, no. They completely redesigned the entire value chain. Let's look at how.
The core idea here is value addition. And really, this is the economic engine driving the whole story. It's about taking a basic commodity, something with a low price, and through some clever processing and innovation, turning it into high-value products that people all over the world want to buy.
What's brilliant is they control the entire process, right from sourcing the coconuts to exporting the final product. This lets them guarantee quality, it tucks out all the middlemen and waste that lead to those post-harvest losses, and it means they capture the most value possible, which they can then share back with the community. It's a win-win.
Okay, so the model sounds great in theory, right? But what about the actual results on the ground? Let's get into the data and see just how big that ripple effect really is.
This is what I love. For GREENAURA, the social impact isn't some happy accident. It's the whole point. Just look at this breakdown. 40% of their impact is focused on making farmers' lives better, and another 40% is dedicated to women's employment. That shows a really deliberate, balanced approach to lifting up the community while building a successful business.
Let's dig a little deeper into that 40% for women's employment. This is about so much more than just a paycheck. It's about genuine financial independence. The company has created over 150 jobs, both direct and indirect, empowering women in rural areas and creating this incredible multiplier effect for their families' health and education. And for the farmers? Well, the math is pretty simple, but it's absolutely life-changing. Instead of being at the mercy of volatile prices for raw coconuts, they're now key partners in a system that has boosted their incomes by as much as 25%. That's huge for creating a stable, secure future.
You know, a huge piece of this puzzle is the founder herself, Sumila Jayaraj. Her success isn't just because she's a sharp business person. It actually comes from a really fascinating and, you might say, unconventional academic background.
So get this, zoology and English literature. On the surface, they seem like they're from completely different universes, right? You've got the hard science of nature on one hand and the art of storytelling on the other. But for GREENAURA, this combination turned out to be a secret weapon.
That science degree in zoology, it wasn't just a piece of paper. It essentially became GREENAURA's entire R&D department. This is why they can talk with real authority about the health benefits of their products, like the specific science behind their virgin coconut oil, and know that it's all backed by a solid scientific foundation.
And then you have the other side of her brain, right? That master's in English Lit gave her the power of storytelling. She could take all that scientific truth and weave it into a powerful brand story that connects with people all over the world, making them feel connected to the farmers and women making the products.
Well, when you have a formula for success this unique, people are going to notice. And they did. Let's talk about the recognition they've received, because it really proves the quality and the impact of their work.
First up, the Best Woman-Managed Enterprise Award. This is a huge deal. It's the Thrissort Management Association basically saying her leadership is top-notch, and she's built a really strong, well-run company.
Then you've got this one. Best Manufacturing Unit from the Kerala State Industrial Development Corporation. Now, this one's all about excellence in how they do things. It's a stamp of approval on their quality control, their production, and their entire operation. And to top it off, this successful entrepreneur award from places like the Kerala Agricultural University, this one really brings it all together. It recognizes her entire achievement, from agricultural innovation all the way to industrial success.
It's not just about the formal awards either. Her story has been everywhere. We're talking major TV channels like Asianet and Manorama News, and key industry journals like the Indian Nulli Kara Journal, which is like the Bible for the coconut industry. All that coverage builds incredible trust and authority.
But her impact goes way beyond just the business. She's actively out there paying it forward by giving motivational talks at colleges and to farmer groups. She's not just building a company, she's building up the next generation of leaders.
So, where do they go from here? Well, it's all about taking this incredible success and scaling it up. They're looking at expanding into new markets, developing exciting new products in food and cosmetics, and making their supply chain even more efficient so more value goes back to the community.
And that really leaves us with one final big question. The GREENAURA story is an amazing blueprint, but it's also a challenge to all of us. It proves that if you have the right vision, you can turn a local resource into a global force for good. So you have to wonder, what other hidden opportunities are just sitting there, waiting for someone to connect the dots?